to India. It is one of the US's strongest allies in Asia. So how does corporate India see that relationship developing under the new Biden presidency? Nikhil Inamdar spoke to Indian billionaire and pharmaceutical entrepreneur Kiran Mazumdar. She's vice chair at the US-India Business Council. He began by asking her whether the council will lobby for America to revoke its ban on H-1B work visas.
We constantly look at H-1B visas as immigration visas, but I think this needs to be looked at as a trade-related visa. We should try and decouple immigration and trade and see if we can bring that on the agenda of the Biden administration. And I know that the IT, industry body, NASSCOM, is trying to actually do this.
India, of course, has been talking about a mini trade deal with the United States for quite some time. Do you think that can be expedited now?
There would be a lot of iterations before you actually come out with a final trade agreement. So I don't think it can happen in 4 years. But I do hope that we can actually initiate the process and at least start with a framework which can help us to quickly expedite the process.
China, of course, has emerged as a common threat for both the US and India. So in a business context, do you think there can be a greater convergence of interests between India and the US?
The opportunity that India has to basically tilt the balance in its favor is really to address many of these outstanding tax disputes that are ongoing with large corporations. And I think if you can get that out of the way, I think it will be much easier to position India as a preferred option. We have a large population, but our market size is too small to attract many of these big players.
As a pharma industry veteran, how do you think this relationship, particularly on healthcare and pharmaceuticals, can be strengthened?
India basically accounts for 50% of global vaccines, 20% of global generic medicines by volume. But when it comes to value, we only account for 3% of the global pharma, biopharma economy. And we have to change this. We talk about vaccine diplomacy, we talk about technology diplomacy, and I want to talk about the pharmaceutical diplomacy, because that's where I think India and US have a great opportunity to build a very strategic alliance. Because I think for far too long we've been only focusing on defense and nuclear power and those aspects of diplomacy. But I think we need to go beyond that.
That's Kiran Mazumdar, there, Vice Chair of the US-India Business Council.